quica uma voada, trava na ponta da pica e não para. Senta na voada, quica uma voada, trava na ponta da pica e não para. Senta na voada, quica uma voada, trava na ponta da pica e não para. Ai, senta no meu palhaço, vai senta no palhaço.
YouTube, how we doing? We're in 4 legs. We are at Falcon Fitness in Frome, Dean White's gym, 212 Olympian. So a big thank you to him for letting us use a quality facility, quality vibe. And it is obviously leg day. Men's Physique guy trains legs. We'll show you how we do it. I do actually really love legs. Because of prep, obviously me smashing out a marathon a day on the old cardio, I had to bin legs off to be able to do the cardio. And then obviously from doing that much cardio, it's safe to say the legs have lost a little bit of size. So we're going to be getting them back. Thing is with that, obviously, just to confirm, if I was prepping for Classic or if I had a client who was doing a show which required their legs, I would never suggest the prep I was doing. It's kind of a men's physique only appropriate split. And even with that, it was still obviously a very hard 5 weeks. So bear that in mind. So we're looking forward to getting this in. We'll run through the session, some tips and tricks. It's been a while since I've been able to do some pointers for bloody leg training. So I'm looking forward to that. With my isolations, I'll be doing 1 all-out set to failure. I've got to be mindful of recovery, unfortunately, but we'll still give it a good old go for the sets that we do. So set number 1 and of 1 for the adductor now. Let's do it. Got the Chase and Status boiler room on, absolutely wonderful. We love it. Bit better than the other gym's music. Not a school disco today. Oh. So with the old adductor, before I get cracking, really important with this, posture, embrace those hips. So with me, I'm making sure my back's nice and straight, allowing that stretch position. Don't be hunching around this back, you're just gonna be taking everything out of the line. So nice big breath. When you get into the movement, use your hands first. You don't want to start the position from where it's the heaviest, which is that bottom position. So now I'm set and I'm ready to get into the work. Big breath in, hold the stretch, squeeze. And then jump out and go from there. Another thing when you're doing the adductor is to really, you want to be focused on the resistance and the force being this way. So what I mean by that is making sure that your feet aren't driving into the floor or into the stirrups. As soon as your feet are driving into the stirrups, you're going to be using your quads to move the weight. So you want to try and have the feet almost hanging off if you can. This is a bit of a smaller machine, but you don't want to be pushing down. You just want to be going in from there. So job done on that, otherwise I'll be walking like a cowboy for 2 weeks. I want to try and rack up some frequency. So 1 set all out to just to fade, as you saw, just reaching that point, onto hamstring curl now. Liam ham curl. So the main cue is try to avoid this happening as you're curling. The hamstring is obviously the bicep of the leg, so don't be expecting like massive numbers. It'd be the same as like doing a bicep curl every time you're doing a bit of this. So really emphasis of hard work, but we don't want to get that back in there. So what I do is I purposely round my back to prevent this happening. Obviously, if I'm in flexion here, I can't be in extension at the same time. Whereas if I'm in neutral, so not really thinking about it, then I can swing either way. So one more warm up now before we get into the working set. But just really take note of this position here and trying to avoid any of this happening. So obviously then we're just isolating the hamstring to move the load. Okay. Oi. That natty life as well. Oh my god. So the set is done. It was a nice set. I'm happy with that. As you can see, there's no oomph. I think the big thing that I notice, assistance versus not, is probably like the ability to contract that muscle even harder as I'm getting close to failure. To see there, like, I got to that point where I just hit a brick wall, whereas on cycle you can almost like rev the engine up that little bit further. So I am going to just do one on that because my hamstrings are on absolute fire. And then we're going to move on to the squat pattern. Today is actually 4 weeks post-show as well. 4 weeks post-show. Prep itself was 5 weeks. It's all been a bit of a mad one. So just looking forward to now just a nice prolonged period of time of building the muscle required at this stage to be able to make a stamp on it next time, as they say. So Beth's about to do her set, final set. Beth is in the background today, giving me the absolute smoke on legs. Classic warm-up. Good to go. Trying to figure out where's the best place to go. Trained legs 3 times in about 2 months. Oh God. Oh, get that drive out the back. I couldn't. Oh God. No, I'm just going to do one rep. One rep. Easy, buddy. Yeah. Nice. Good. Leg day. Need the playlist for this one. So, I suppose in terms of, like, I got obviously previous info about where like all-time lifts have been and how I'm feeling. So here is kind of like 75% low to 80% of my max. So I'm confident I can bloody do it. It's just more the, as you saw in that hamstring curl, just all of a sudden hitting a brick wall. So but when Beth's doing 7 plates aside, you can't be training her and doing less than that, can you? Three, 2, 1. Can't grip the thing. Right, no, I'm still going, just stay there. My sausage fingers. Yep. Thank you, babe. Whew, had it all on there.
can't do about sausage mid-set.
I had it all going on. Sausage fingers, headphones fell off.
Oh.
That was all right. That was all right.
Yeah, I told you it gets lost. Like, it's just
That was all right. So, pivot leg press in the books. For me, the most important thing I'm trying to get is as much bend of that knee as possible. Get as much of that quad on the go as I can. My background in training was always strength and conditioning with the old footy. And then I did Olympic weightlifting when I was doing CrossFit. So pretty proficient with squat patterns. The main thing is understanding your body and how your body moves. Obviously, you've got a leg press with a platform that's so big, right? So you've got to really find what foot position allows you to get the most depth. Whilst ideally, I say keeping the heels on the floor for this video. Only if you're very advanced could you actually allow the heels to come off a little bit and then press into the heels as you drive. But the one thing you notice I'm wearing is Olympic lifting shoes. So mobility isn't my strongest thing anymore. Pop the shoes on, pair of heels. It's going to enable more bend through the knee. Now, these aren't something you just bang on and all of a sudden it's going to feel great. By us increasing that heel, if you don't do it correctly, your knees will be in pieces straight away. So if you are going to grab a pair, just get used to using them at really light weight. You should never feel any pain through your knees when you squat. Even though I've got my heels elevated, I'm still pushing through the mid of my foot and my heel to make sure I'm not driving pressure through the tendon. So there's just one set on there, 9 plates per side, which as I said is a little way to go from my max. You're going to see now a bit of a grip issue as well. And now we're on to the hack squat for uno masettos. Now you notice for me, I wear knee sleeves on the hack squat and I don't anymore on the leg press. The hack squat is just so brutal on the knees. Anyone who's felt my pain probably from playground footy and whatnot is the old Oscar Slash. So knee sleeves to me when there's like a real vertical motion. Another thing you can do when it comes to potentially banding it as well, you could reverse band it to take that pressure off the bottom. Generally, when it comes to bands, it's a bit like, oh, but like with Beth, bad knees, bad hips. So we pop the band on just to take that bit of pressure off, load up the eccentric. I go no band, but I bang these on. I find that it does the job. So wear them, don't wear them, doesn't matter. But I think with my pivot leg press, if I wear the knee sleeves, it almost limits how much what's it called? Flexion I can get. So on here, I'm not too concerned. I'm still hitting my depth because of the way the squat works compared to the leg press. It's like a nice little hug around your knees and a little bit of a comfort blanket when you're doing your squattage. Another thing is try to keep to a constant tempo as well. Like if we're chasing those numbers, it can be real tempting just to spend like 10 seconds up here and then try and get that one extra rep on your logbook. But the thing we want to prioritize is tension. So try to keep to like a set breathing pace. I tend to go with the 1 breath at the top, go. And then when I'm really smoked and I'm deep in the off season, I'll do 2 breaths. If I need any more than that, then I rest. So my logbook always remains the same. If you look at all your upper body training, I'm sure that you don't wait and then go. But there's something about legs, right? Legs are so tiring, so I do understand it. It's just something to bear in mind when you train legs. Definitely could have done 4. My headphones are falling off my head. What a disaster today is. trying to focus. There's only so much I can do. Woo. Right though. Yeah. I've not had any weight on my shoulders since when we did pendulum. Since that leg day, I think. I haven't had any weight actually on my shoulders. Just getting that confidence back with that.
You don't want to be
Killing myself.
an idiot.
Don't be an idiot.
Don't be an idiot. It's not worth
I am an idiot. Deep down. Split squat. One more ham curl, calf. It was like a superset those last two.
Yeah.
We're nearly there. Oh, I'm smoked. So now we're moving on to a glute-focused split squat. And then it'll be a little one set to failure circuit, quad extension, ham curl, calf raise, finito. What I'll then do is my legs will probably be absolutely battered, despite it being one set. I'll see how I recover, and I'll start adding more work in as recovery allows. And nervous system. Weather's changed, sniffles. It's no good getting injured or written off. So just safety, build up slowly, as boring it can be. So on to the split squat. Booty focus. Vitally important, lads. Do glute focus movements, especially if you're a competitor. You know, those glute shots, back shots, all comes from the glutes. So to target the glute a little bit more, or the hip, with your split squat, you want to grab a box and or, again, lifting shoes. But the most important thing is, we run through it, is where the knee is when you come down. So as we know, when we're doing quads, we want as much bend in the knee as possible to get the quads going, right? Which we've just done in those movements. So if we look at it from that perspective, if we were to use the quad, that would be coming this way, and then it would be the quad extending to drive you up. To use the hip, you want to try and keep the knee further back, so the emphasis comes from the glute to drive you up from there. Which is what we're doing now. One set on each leg. We're nearly there. Brutal. So, Beth's got some sets, just doing more volume, just a tank. We're on to our cluster finale. And then it is, I don't know if I can get pad thai or Thai Queen going. You getting a curry or a pad thai? Curry. I'll probably go pad thai. A couple of macaroons. Oh, Saturdays are back. Saturdays got tough in the household because we like enjoying food together, and we couldn't. Now we can. Oh, right. Yeah, here we go. The finale. Now, time, and also I'm not doing more than one set, so I'm actually clustering it together. Doing the calves first, because by doing the calves to failure, it's not going to impact my ability to hamstring curl. Hamstring to failure, quad extension, finito, with a little breath in between. So prior to jumping in, get the weight right, and then we get to work. Good, mate.
That's it.
Thanks. Good. Got nothing left. Oh. Whew. E&B at the end there. Got nothing left. We're back in the room. Oh my God. First Lego back. Oh, it was a great quad extension that, OG. Woo! So a couple of touch points. Calf raise. We want to make sure that there's no momentum getting us out of that bottom position. The Achilles is really good at doing this. I think when we walk, when we run, there's a reflex there to protect the Achilles. So we want to actually get rid of that by just slow, stop, tense the calf, drive up. Hamstring curl, full range. Much like we want to squeeze the bicep, we're going to squeeze that hamstring. And then there's pretty much the opposite cue, isn't it? Quad extension, full range, working through and squeeze. Remember that squeeze part is what's going to do that teardrop. And that wraps it up. Appreciate the company. Is that sucked? I'm not going to lie. I've been looking forward to / dreading it, but performance was all right. And we just build from here. So thank you for tuning in. Drop a little like and a comment. Always helps. We're still absolutely a newbie channel on the YouTube. And I'll see you in the next one. Time to go and eat. Peace.